and welcome to You Write, the podcast where creativity meets community.
I'm Mant.
And I'm Rachel.
Each week on You Rant, we challenge our listeners to write a story in just 30 minutes using 3 of 5 randomly generated words.
It's a fun and fast-paced exercise to spark your imagination and get those creative juices flowing.
We'll read your submissions, offer feedback, and discuss the unique twists and turns of each story.
Whether you're an aspiring author or just love a good tale, You Write is your place to explore the endless possibilities of storytelling.
So grab a snow globe and let's dive into this week's stories.
And remember, the only limit is your imagination. And 30 minutes.
Normally, yeah.
Usually, but not really.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yang. So I was just telling Matt about this awesome new thing that I've been doing where I've been adding N's to words that don't have them just to make it sound nasally. Mm-hmm. And it's actually really, really fun for the person doing it.
You ranked.
You right. And like I like it. It's kind of fun, and I really
think like is
recommend
the
it.
best one.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it. It just came to me, and I feel like it's kind of brilliant. But don't get carried away, because I feel like if we start doing it a lot, then it's going to actually just become the way that we talk, and we're going to become even more obnoxious.
It sounds obnoxious. Yeah, cannot have that.
Obnoxious.
No, stop
obnoxious.
it. That's enough.
I know. So don't get too carried away. But,
okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, how you doing?
I am doing good.
So good.
Okay. I'm actually kind of really busy and stressed this week. Just because there's so much going on. Oh, I'm training for a CrossFit competition.
In addition to everything else in your life?
Yes. I know.
Where do you draw the line? When will you draw a line?
This is it, honestly.
Was the line drawn?
The line has been drawn, and I crossed it.
Oh, okay.
It's there. It's
so
just,
when you're going to draw the next line?
I don't know, but honestly, it's kind of a lot. A whole fucking lot. But either way, and it's a partner competition. And so my partner's like, we need to train every day. And I'm like, I have 2 jobs, and I play roller derby, and I do a podcast, and I travel at least 1 weekend out of every month, but usually more. And
your nephew.
My nephew, who I'm trying to hang out with, but that's hard because our schedules are different. And I've got children, you know?
Oh, yeah. Crittens. Yeah. We have responsibilities.
Yes. They need their mommy.
Well, it sounds like it's at least a very full life.
It is. It's a full existence.
Very full existence.
Yes. What about you? How are you?
Lovely.
Yay.
Also quite busy.
Excellent.
Yeah, work has just been busy. But at the same time, I have a cooking class I'm going to tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
There's some commercial kitchen that you can like rent out, and it's like this traveling food. Hold on. What is it called? What is it called?
Oh, one of those kitchens. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like people like who have like home businesses can like rent it out and
yeah. Oh, it's called Movable Feast Traveling Culinary something. And I'm taking the class Croissant 1.
What? So you're gonna learn how to make croissant?
Croissant.
Are you gonna learn how to say it too?
Croissant. Oh no,
croissant.
I know how to say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Croissant.
Croissant. Oh,
as obnoxiously as possible.
Yeah. I love that.
Because that's the progenitor for the nasal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Croissant. Yeah.
Song. Yeah, totally. That's exciting. Yay.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yay. The French thing though, it reminds me of my students. I was asking them like, what's your favorite kind of candy?
I forget you teach a bunch of French
people.
Kids,
yeah. And one of them, the dumbest one, don't tell her I said that.
Okay.
She's not dumb naturally. She's dumb. She's willfully dumb.
Just ditzy.
She's just like, I'm going to pretend like I don't understand anything. But anyway, I was like, what's your favorite kind of candy? And she was like, Schtroumpf. And I was like, what? And I just started repeating. I was like, Schtroumpf. Anyway, and then they were all laughing at me because I was, saying Strumpf, and I'm sure I was saying it wrong, but it means Smurf. Smurf.
So they just have a candy called
No,
Smurf.
They were like, okay, Strumpf is actually a specific kind of a brand that we Haribo.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually French, and it's called Haribo.
See, that sounds made up. It's Haribo.
Okay. But all right. But
I mean, I don't know.
One of the Haribo designs is Smurfs.
Oh, okay.
And that is apparently her favorite kind of candy. Anyway, so now I just love to say Strumpf. Yeah.
Is that it?
I don't know. I think so. Close enough.
I'm just saying things now.
It's Fern. We're Fern.
But did you see all of our stories?
That I did.
For this week?
That I did.
Who did we pick to read?
We have decided that this week we're going to read Walker.
Yes, we're going to read the prologue, Grace Hahn Wilson, by Walker by Faith.
Yes. You cowardly man! The words, clipped and simple, came out before she could stop them. They burned her tongue. Grace clamped her hand over her mouth, startled at herself. She never spoke ill of family aloud, and she rarely even thought it. But every time she touched the letter, anger found its way out. The echo of her voice drifted through the small bedroom she and Roger had shared for decades. She waited, almost expecting neighbors to stir on the other side of the paper-thin wall, the way they once did when she was a girl in Seoul. But the house only gave its ordinary sounds: the hum of the ceiling fan, the faint click of cooling metal pipes, and the slow, sticky pulse of late summer heat. You know that I love you with all my heart, but nothing I do can change what's coming. She read the line again. Of course nothing can change it if you're gone, she whispered, her voice breaking. She wanted to tear the paper in half, but she could not. It was his typing after all. His final breath struck into paper by that same stubborn machine. Roger's hands remained steady all throughout his dying days, and while Grace Hahn preferred his handwriting to his typing, Roger always trusted the machine more than his pen. She had fallen in love with his letters once, after he'd first handed her a note at the library all those years ago, sliding it across the desk. He was entirely too shy and polite, and she had laughed at the formality of his gesture. She remembered thinking, who takes the time to type up an invitation to coffee when the person they wish to invite is standing right there? But that was Roger, always trying to get the words right before he said them. The room smelled like oil and paper and the faint sharpness of his bourbon-scented aftershave. His typewriter sat in the corner, the one he swore would outlive them both. So far, he was half right. She caught herself glaring at it, knowing as she did that the letter itself had been typed, meticulously, on that old machine. He had always said he didn't believe in correction tape. Do it right the first time, he'd say. She almost laughed as she remembered ruefully the wastebaskets of crumpled paper that remained after each writing session. Her laugh turned to a sob instead as her fingers brushed the cool metal keys. The A stuck, the same as it always had. Roger had promised he'd fix it when things slowed down. They never had. She remembered him hunched over the desk, tapping out lesson plans and church bulletins, sometimes even love notes that ended up smelling of lavender and paper dust. Once, years before, he had let the children press the keys while he guided their tiny hands. Elena May had typed her name in all capitals, Grace thought. Roger said it looked like something destined for a book spine. Elena May beamed. Grace felt the sting of wetness behind her eyes returning, so she pressed the letter flat and kept reading. Please explain my choice to the children. They're old enough to understand. I only hope you can forgive me. Explain, forgive. He had used those words like they were simple, and maybe they were, but Grace Hahn knew one thing if she knew anything. Simple did not always mean easy. Lost in these thoughts, the air inside the room suddenly felt too still, too close, too haunted, as though Roger himself was in the very walls. Nothing in the room had changed since he left her. She couldn't bring herself to think of his death in any other terms, as it would force her to face the reality that he would no longer be with her in this lifetime. She rose too quickly, the room tilting, and started gathering the sheets from the bed. She needed to move. If she stopped moving, the weight in her chest might pin her down. She stripped the bed, straightened the nightstand, emptied the wastebasket. She pretended she could clean her way back to the time before he was gone. As all homes do, the house wore its history like patchwork. Her mother's porcelain vase was beside Roger's deer antlers. A Bible printed in Korean script took up space beside a car and driver magazine. Their wedding photo hung slightly crooked, and Roger always said he refused to fix it. He claimed perfection always made him nervous, and he needed these little reminders of his own imperfections. 47 years of subtle compromise stared at her from every corner. When she reached for the closet shelf, her fingers brushed the cold steel of his hammer. He had built everything with that hammer, from porch rails to kitchen cabinets, and even the treehouse out back. He used to call his hammer Pontius Pilate because it drove nails better than that old snake ever could. She'd rolled her eyes every time, yet now the sight of it made her throat tighten. She stared at the empty pill bottle on the nightstand. For a long moment, everything in her went still. Then she struck. Once, twice, 3 times. So many times she lost count. It was all madness and wood splintering, plastic cracking, the sound like a heart breaking. In the end, the bottle lay crushed not just atop the nightstand, but alongside it. Little pieces of particle board were scattered at her feet. She sank onto the bed and wept until her vision blurred. She had not cried this much since she'd found him in their bed, unresponsive. She kept her cool as she called 911, knowing there was no rush. He was gone, and the note was in his hand. Now she placed her head slowly in her hands, her whole body trembling with her grief, fear, and anger all spilling out in an overflowing torrent of despair and loss.
Excellent. Yeah, we're going to cut it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a great way to get us going in this story and to do world building through character development. I think this is a really great marriage of both of those concepts in this prologue. We're learning so much about Grace and Roger, who's not here, but just so much of what we learn about Grace is just in her understanding of herself and the way that she's reacting in this moment. And the combination of those two things builds out the world. Like, it's really fascinating. Like, there's so much. Well, we're learning of the world through her perspective,
right,
and her character. So, I don't know. I think this is some particularly well crafted story beats here to get us started, and it's really captivating. Yeah, this is very captivating writing, and it's all couched in this mystery. And we're slowly, little piece by little piece of this note, uncover what happened. And so it doesn't remain a mystery for very long. And we kind of guess early on, I feel like, that it was suicide. But it is not overtly revealed, but we're given enough hints that we know. Right. We know exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very gripping. It was a really great way to show, like you said, world building, like, or story building, you know, like the whole what's going on just through her, this one person's reaction to everything. Yeah. And that showed a lot. Like, that gave us a lot of insight. And so I thought that was really cool. It was also, I love that there was the intrigue of there's something going on with Lenny, you know, because that makes you just, that kind of like hooks you. It makes you want to like keep reading and be like, ooh, what's going on? What's going to happen? You know?
Yeah. The intrigue with Lenny. And it really kind of comes as a surprise that this would come in his suicide note and that she wouldn't know about this and that he would wait until this moment to tell her. And so, yeah, it is very, very intriguing.
Yeah.
For this information to only come up at this juncture.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wonder why it did. Maybe it was that he didn't want to worry her with it. He wanted to handle it himself. But then he realized he was about to make his exit and he had to like pass on the problem to her.
Yeah. Or he worried how she would react to whatever her secret may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like in a way, Walker is kind of like leaning into a cliche, a trope of the long-suffering, silent and long-suffering wife, you know?
Yeah.
Who's just like, I don't know, like afraid to let her emotions out or like shocked when she hears herself, even though she's in the room by herself, shocked when she hears herself say a bad word or something, or talk ill of her husband.
Shouts, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I feel like that's very much a trope. And I feel like Walker is definitely leaning into that, which I think is a good way to handle a trope. It's like lean into it rather than kind of dance around it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. A trope or an archetype even. Like it's just, it does strike me as for what is shaping up to be more or less what I'm picturing is kind of just a drama, a family drama, a story about family drama. It's a fairly archetypal character type. And so you get, as you said, it leaning into it, but I think at the same time, capitalizing on that. And that way we're not, all that we get is what is unique about her inside this trope, inside this archetype that she is fulfilling. And things that are interesting to me is her Korean background, for one, is a choice I was not expecting, especially with a name like Grace Wilson. But the Grace Han Wilson kind of should have clued me into she may be Korean or what have you. But I just thought that was a very interesting choice, and I think that goes to further color that could be cultural, like the way that she is that could be like of Korean culture. I don't know much about Korean culture. As a matter of fact, what I know is basically derived strictly from movies of the past few years, like Parasite, also Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah. So those are just like basically my only window into Korea, which is tiny. So it just struck me like that could be a cultural thing as well.
Yeah.
Like she is of her upbringing, which sounds like she may be either from Korea or she just had Korean parents who may have immigrated or something like that. So
yeah,
I don't know. It struck me as a very interesting choice and one I did not expect.
I get the feeling she's from Korea because she speaks Korean a lot of times. Or that's kind of like her go-to, like, you know, when she's upset or having strong feelings, she goes to Korean. I guess I kind of, this choice makes sense to me because I know that South Korea is very, very hugely, I'm going to say majority Christian, and they have huge, church groups there and things. So I just get the feeling that Roger might have like gone over there for like mission work or something and met her, you know, and
interesting. Yeah.
Or something like that. Cause I guess I've seen things like that happen a lot because I know a lot of, I do happen to know a lot of missionaries, but I also know a lot of Koreans from my students. And so I know kind of what their, what am I trying to say right now? So I know that Christianity is a huge, huge part of the life over there.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this guy there's definitely a lot of like hints about church and things like that in here, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think our first clue is whenever she's looking at this typewriter and she sees like, and is remembering him typing up church bulletins and things like that.
Exactly.
And then further on beyond that was whenever she's kind of ruminating on this ash that's outside. It's all, every time we see this ash tree, it's always like, there's like God is never far behind. Like it's all wrapped up together. And it's not until chapter 1 that we see that there's a tree for each child.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Which I thought really was sweet. And that's great symbology as well.
Yeah.
And also Well, we'll get there, but this part, outside the branches of the ash scraped again, a hand of comfort, a voice whispering to get in or simply to call her name. The sound was almost tender, or perhaps it was simply the wind. For Grace Hahn, it often amounted much the same. She whispered to the branches in Korean. We get Korean text, which I can't say. God is. The words were no longer certainty, but they were a line intentionally drawn between her and the void. She prayed that the line would hold. So that is the first instance that we get of this kind of mirroring of this ash tree and her seeing God out there, seeing the divine in this tree.
Yeah.
And later, once we get into chapter 1, we learn that this is Elena's tree, or Lenny, I guess, is her kind of pet name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now we know, like, looking back on this, on the note, Lenny has a secret, but we don't really know what that secret is.
Yeah. I wanted to mention something about Grace being angry, because I would also be angry, even though, he had huge reasons for what he did, Roger. But I would also be angry if I was tasked with explaining his actions to the children.
Yep, that's pretty damn selfish. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be like super pissed.
It's like, you could write me a note.
Right.
You could write 3 more notes.
Exactly.
You selfish bastard.
Exactly. Write 3 more
coward.
notes.
She nailed it. Like, you coward.
Yeah.
You coward.
And like, I can understand why he wouldn't talk to them about it before he did it, because that would just be just this huge uproar.
Yeah.
But write them a fucking note.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I wonder if that
bro.
might be something that we eventually build to, is that he did write them notes.
Ooh, maybe he did.
But maybe they have to go through this discovery.
Yeah.
Like they have to discover it for themselves in some way. Like that could be part of it. I don't know. I'm obviously speculating. But.
That would be impressively imaginative for somebody in his state.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But he clearly loved his family. So he might have gone to some pretty extensive lengths. And it sounds like he put a lot of thought into this. Well, I don't know. Actually, that might be giving him more credit than he deserves. He may have done this not on a lark, but kind of in the heat of the moment, like in the throes of some horrible pain. So
yeah, in a fit of suffering.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is an excellent beginning in this prologue.
Yeah.
Which I realize we only have chapter 1 to compare this against. I'm really not a fan of prologues in general, as far as like the way that they are meant to tie into the overall structure of a story. I say just begin in chapter 1.
Yeah.
There are a few instances where it's like it really is not chapter 1, so you have to call it something that just precedes the story at large. I feel like this. I really like this. And it really does just lead directly into the events that follow. So I feel like we just began in chapter 1. Again, I don't have much to compare it against, considering chapter 1 is the only other piece of the story that we have so far. So I guess chapter 2 will really determine if this feels like a linear progression from the prologue to chapter 1 to chapter 2. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like it should just be called chapter 1 to me.
I have never understood the purpose of prologues. Just because either, like you said, it should be chapter 1, or I have zero context for what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, okay, that was random, and just like yanked me into some other dimension. And now I'm going to the actual story and it means nothing to me. Yeah. So I've really never understood the purpose of prologues, but
the purpose is fascinating. And I'm like you, I don't understand why you would put something so left field from your story. Yeah. Like something that could not possibly be understood unless you know things that are going to happen much later in the story.
Exactly.
Brandon Sanderson is the worst about this. He writes completely unintelligible prologues. And so granted, not all the time. In his Stormlight books, unintelligible.
Yeah.
You read it, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What, Brando? And then you hit chapter 1 and it's like, okay, now we're in the meat of the story. And it's not until you get like, I would say after you finish book 1, even the prologue in book 1 doesn't entirely make sense still. But granted, he's writing this ridiculously huge epic. And so I'm with you. Prologues I think they are just utter nonsense. But
And then you've got Dune, where there's a mini prologue before every single chapter, which is actually just a spoiler.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's like, why are you doing this?
I could, not having read it, I could speculate on why. Is it for like it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I'm just saying I'm not the only one who has a problem with that.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, why are you giving us spoilers for what's about to happen in this chapter instead of just letting it unfold?
Yeah. So as far as the idea of a prologue, I think you might actually benefit, Walker, by just calling it chapter 1. Because again, it is a pretty linear progression. Even though it is just Grace's perspective, and chapter 1, I guess the reason we could call chapter 1 not chapter 2, but chapter 1 is because we're getting a bunch of perspectives, not just a single one, which really is the line in the sand that if that is something that continues, that we're getting multiple perspectives every chapter, then maybe, you can qualify it as a prologue. But
that makes sense.
Moving on to chapter 1, The Gathering. So here we get many people. We get many people. We have the service for Roger here. Elena May Richards. This is the first of the children that we meet here. Followed by, right on the heels is her, what sounds like estranged husband, David. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know about estranged, but is kind of a shitty husband.
Yeah. Like absent. Present, but absent. Yeah.
Like, I feel like if he was estranged, he would not be at her father's funeral. You know?
That's fair. Yeah. It seems like this is such a monumental occasion that it could, I guess, sway either way. Yeah. Like maybe they are quite estranged. And this is just an occasion momentous enough that would warrant him to crawl out of the woodwork and show his face.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then we get David Robert Bert Wilson.
Bert.
Oh, Bertie.
Good old Bertie.
Who's described as that steampunk boy in here. And we also get Maya Wilson Daniels, who shows up last. This is a very interesting cast of characters.
It is.
Plus Grace, of course.
Yeah,
we have Grace here. So this is a very interesting family.
Yeah. It's very what's that word? For things that are different and all put together. Eclectic.
Yeah, it's very eclectic mix of people.
Yeah, that is very interesting. So we've got, apparently Elena is, I don't know, maybe closest to her mother, it seems. That she's like there supporting her mother throughout all of this. It's like she's a mama's girl, kind of. Yeah.
Out of all of them, she seems the most like unknown, I guess. Kind of the more someone who might have more of a mystery to her, which would coincide with She's Got a Secret.
Right.
Yeah.
But she seems the most present though with her mom.
Yeah.
So there's her. There's the oldest sister, which is Maya, who I believe I saw lives in Atlanta.
I believe that is right. Or are they just in Atlanta?
I don't know.
I think they are just in the South. I don't know if it
but
just
I think that
calls.
it mentioned that Maya's husband is back in Atlanta. Oh yeah. She thought about her husband up in Atlanta and decided not to call.
Yeah. Up in Atlanta, so they're somewhere presumably south
of Atlanta. Yeah. And then we've got Bert, who is an asexual. I don't know how to classify Bert.
Well,
Walker said that he was asexual.
Okay, yeah, in a comment. So
yeah.
So yeah, metatextually we kind of have that asexual label there. Yeah, here we get the congregation whispered about him sometimes, calling him that steampunk boy, among other things. But Bert didn't care. He liked being the odd one.
Yeah. I find it interesting that the congregation, which seems pretty traditional, knows the term steampunk.
Yeah, it seems a little left field, but
like if it's the type of church where there's potlucks and people are bringing like ladies are bringing casseroles,
steampunk
is not part of the vocabulary.
Yeah,
but I think that's pretty funny.
I might narrow that focus from the congregation to like maybe a Bible study or something. Like a particular group within the congregation would call him the steampunk boy, or maybe the youth group or whatever.
Yeah, like, maybe the other kids his age would call him that.
Yeah, I might narrow it from the whole congregation.
Yeah,
like,
that steampunk boy.
That steampunk boy.
Like they might be like that hippie, that commie, or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, or something more unflattering.
Something more that old ladies would know.
Yeah, which I don't know. I don't know what old ladies know. So
they know they like to call people hippies and commies.
Yeah, hippie. Take a bath, hippie.
Take a bath, you but for real though, hippies, all you hippies out there, take a bath, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. There's just a lot of characterization for each of these kids that we get. And I say kids, they're practically grown. Or just they are grown. Yeah. Most of them are married, with the exception of Bert. We get this further characterization of Grace. Grace Hahn heard them but refused to flinch. She had learned long ago that dignity was its own shield. When the benediction ended, Grace didn't cry. She bowed, accepted the folded bulletin from the deacon, and led her family down the aisle, slow and dignified, like a procession guiding Roger's memory through smoke and into the eternity of their hearts. It's pretty beautiful writing.
Yeah.
That's pretty exceptional. And I really like this grace that we get. Full of grace. Right.
Yes. So, Grace is full of grace.
She is of her namesake for sure. So that name choice was obviously intentional. Or it's just, that's what she was named. And so she just inhabits that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I got to live up to this.
She owns that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a very graceful woman.
Yes, she is. She seems very sophisticated, ladylike, you know?
Yeah, very put together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you have, it's a really good characterization of everybody. Like you could see the part that everybody's playing. Like Maya seems like the no nonsense one.
Yeah. Also kind of a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's the one who's like, okay, this is what needs to be done. I'm going to run this shit, you know? And then Bert is the youngest, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Yeah.
Bert or Elena?
I think Elena's the middle one.
Is she? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. I have to go back and look.
I'm not positive, but I think so. And so Bert is like the irresponsible youngest child who's just like clowning around all the time. And basically, I mean, they're kind of like fulfilling their birth order, you know, because Bert's just like having a good time, just like jacking around. And Maya is like keeping the shit together. Yeah. And then Elena is like
being swept along, kind of.
Yeah, but she's the middle child and trying to like, I don't know, be there for her mom.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of being swept along and just trying to be present.
Yeah.
The more she seems, the more empathetic. So she's the one who's more likely to just be listening and to be present for somebody else. Yeah, and Maya, as you mentioned, no nonsense and just very honest, very transparent. We get some lovely banter, some lovely just family banter. Between all these siblings, and Grace is just trying to keep them like in line. I guess it's like Maya, she warned basically, you know. So yeah, Grace really slots into this mother figure without being overbearing. She's there to act. She's there to fulfill the role of mother, and I really liked this part. Elena May genuflected in mock repentance. Forgive us, Mama, for we know exactly what we do. They're just all kind of cutting up and
Yeah.
Just being
a family.
Being a family, kind of being just kids, man. Like once a kid, always a kid. Like they kind of act like just big kids, especially when they're around each other. I imagine away from each other.
Yeah.
They are probably fairly different people. And so that's kind of what I'm curious to see is where we go from here. Is this going to be more of just their interactions among each other? Or are we going to follow them out into the wider world and see each of these people and who they are out in this world? So yeah, we have some very interesting and very, as you mentioned, eclectic group of people that we can follow around for a while. So there's a lot of places this could go.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to see where it is going to go.
Yeah. And I would like to think that the primary character that we're going to follow is Elena, based off of the setup of the secret and the note.
Yeah.
It just felt very important.
Yeah.
She felt like she might be a focus of this story.
Maybe.
And also, if for no other reason, the title of the story presented to us on the Reddits was Elena's Ashes, I believe, or Elena's Ash. And so,
but I mean, who knows? The fact that there's Elena's Ash, that does make it seem like she's going to be the primary character.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what else you got for Walker?
I think it's great. I think it is very well written, very good character development.
Yes, definitely that. You did a lot of that too. Yeah.
And yes, I am excited to see where this is going to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Walker.
Thank you, Walker.
And up next, we have Husk 3, 4, and 5 by Jake.
Okay, so Jake, this is gruesome.
This is fucked up.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Oh man,
it's also really sweet. The story is really sweet.
It really is. It's cute between those two boys.
Those two boys and the boy and his mother.
Yeah.
He's such a
He's a sweet boy.
He's such a sweet boy.
He's a sweetheart. Yeah, this one had me kind of on the edge of my seat.
Yes.
Because I was just like, what's gonna happen?
We reached a point and like I'm sitting at the table just reading and I get to the part with the key upstairs and just I don't know what face I had, but Kim was just like, what?
Like what's going on?
Oh
yeah. No, that's
so
kind
bad.
of I was expecting somebody at work to be like, are you okay in there? Because I was just like,
oh god.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
It is. Okay, so we've got so before we knew that something bad was gonna happen with the key.
Yeah.
Because there was like foreshadowing about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we get more foreshadowing at the beginning of 3. He's like, I'm not gonna blame what happened to me over the next 3 days on Mule. So you get more just like lead up to this horrible thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. And what's amazing, and I do think that Jake is pulling from Stephen King on this because this is something he's really, I was going to say bad about. I would say he's famous for this.
Yeah.
It's just basically telling you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And still paying it off.
Right.
Despite just telling you, it's like, so we get this line when the ambulance came and carried him out. It's like, it's going to go real bad.
Yeah.
And so it's just amazing how far you can just give us that and then carry us so far afield from that.
Yeah.
To the
that
point
we forget.
Yeah.
And we're still like shocked when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he like draws us so deep into the story.
Yeah.
And you're just like right there with it. And you're just like, yeah.
And the more I'm thinking about it, it's a great way of setting expectations for your reader. And so if you've got somebody who's like, maybe triggered by something like this, you could call that like a textual trigger warning, kind of like,
totally.
This is going to go bad for this boy.
Right.
So if like violence against a child, I say violence, like horror
gruesome
with a child
is
a problem, maybe this isn't for you.
Right.
So I just really wanted to commend you on a job very well done.
Yes,
that was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get some character building here, right in the second paragraph of 3, discussing this marriage that was already hitting rocky waters only a year in. So we're really starting to kind of set the stage for this family and who they are.
Yeah. So you've got a stepdad who is pretty childlike, yet a good time, yet definitely shows favoritism to his own children.
Mm-hmm.
And our point of view character is just trying to, like, I guess, to make the best of it and be like, well, this is what I've got for a, dad figure. So just going to roll with it.
Yeah, it kind of strikes me like survival.
Yeah.
Especially like around the dinner table scene.
Yeah.
Like it's like at the watering hole. Like,
right.
It just feels like they're in the wild,
No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have got this friend who spends the night a lot. Mule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who stays over because apparently his family is white trash. Is that what it said?
Government
what
people, I believe, is what they were. The way he described his.
Yes. And that their house was a pigsty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And anyway, so, and I mean, that's just what immediately came to mind for me. But yeah, so we got Mule sleeping over. And it's cute because it is another like ring type of Lord of the Rings type of thing happening.
Yeah.
And that definitely harkened back to that, where the point of view character, what's his name?
Oh, it's Scott.
Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. How Scott was like, it's mine. I found it. You know, that's really sounded like Smeagol. Oh, yeah. Like very much.
Yeah. Even Bilbo, like it just crops up again and
totally,
again
totally.
and again.
Yeah. And Mule's eyes were just like glistening looking at it. And then Scott felt sorry for him because he really wanted to hold it, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So we get to in that paragraph. It's like, I should really get a turn with it since I was the one who told you it was there in the first place. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we get this line from the shocked look on Mule's face. You would have thought I had just slapped him one. A cloud came upon him then, but only for a moment. My comment there is, "Gah!" said Bilbo to Frodo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it just really strikes all of these same, like, Tolkienian vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this key is something wrong with this key.
Mm-hmm. I really like the banter between Scott and Mule.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really funny and really just like realistic. Boys being boys.
They are boys.
Mm-hmm.
They oh yeah, I have this line. Oh, this is before that. Jim's a dick. I giggled and turned around, nodding my head in agreement. I mean, Mule continued, the way he went after both of us in the tournament today, it's like he wanted to hurt us. He acts like he's our age, but he had something up his sleeve. He plans like a grown-up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that struck me as something so profound that I stopped, causing Mule to bump into me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, why'd you stop? His head had bounced off my butt.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, Mule. You just surprise me sometimes, I said, and continued up, opening the door at the top. Oh, good. I thought you were going to say you farted or something.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, that was probably like my favorite part in the whole story.
Boys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we obviously progress this story, and Scott is called down with his mom, and we get this lovely back and forth between his mom and him. And this was kind of alluded to before about the dream vacation. I think that was in the first parts that he submitted to us, but one day I planted a kiss on her right cheek.
Aww.
I'm going to go on Price is Right, a kiss on the left, and I'm going to win us a dream vacation. Just you and me. Okay. And all the while mom is just like tearing up. So, and actually that, like her tearing up at that, this sounds like it's kind of a well-trodden path. And makes me wonder if something's wrong. If something's wrong with mom. Like, because she seemed rather emotional for this.
Yeah.
So I wonder because she had to leave and she's just going to work. So this makes me wonder if she's feeling emotional about something and if it's just this relationship with Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She's definitely got some angst going on.
Something. Yeah.
And then it's so creepy. Like that kind of just really struck me when it was like that cute scene between them. And then I heard him begin to gag a little. And he knew that Mule was like fake gagging at their conversation.
Yeah.
But actually.
Oh, yeah. You paid that off.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I was just like, oh, shit. I looked back and read that paragraph because I was just like, oh my God, he was actually like choking on that key.
Yeah. My note at that point, whenever we get that, because it's not long after. So I guess that's how you really pull that off. Mm-hmm. Is we get that him like gagging, blah, like gross, grow up, dude. That's gross, boys being boys kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you establish that they kind of have this rapport with each other.
Yeah.
That Mule would do something like that.
Yeah.
And that we move on quickly enough that he goes back upstairs and it's all wrong.
Yeah.
It's all wrong. And he's choking on this key. And my note says, oh shit. That was the gagging from before. Like, it's just this, you time it so well in the story that we have this light bulb moment.
Yeah.
And as a reader, we feel clever for remembering that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, like, you just really, it's a really satisfying thing as a reader.
Yes.
To catch that. It's like,
that's very true.
Yeah. So it's not so buried or deep of an Easter egg that it's hard to find.
Right.
It's just very, very well done.
That was very well played.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very cool, dude.
That
very
was cool. That was cool. Yes.
And so part 5 here. Ouch.
Yeah, and then I'm wondering at the beginning of this, there are times in life where you hear about people, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Is he? Oh no.
And I was
like,
bad.
You hear about people reacting on nothing but their basest fight or flight. Women that can lift cars off of their children, etc. And I'm just thinking, is he about to be like, this is not one of those times for me?
Yeah.
Because I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, you always hear about fight or flight. Mm-hmm. No one ever tells you about freeze.
Exactly.
That's what I was expecting. Was this like, I just froze.
I was expecting, I was expecting him to, like freeze, and then Mule was just gonna like die some like horrific death,
Yeah, or like somebody comes up hearing him choking on something, and then like he's just paralyzed there watching his friend choke on this key.
Yeah,
and like that's the ambulance carting him off at the end is like he's still alive, barely,
right?
But yeah, I don't know. Like there's just so many thoughts that run through your head.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially whenever you begin the paragraph after knowing what we know, there are times in life where you hear about people reacting on nothing but their basest fight or flight. That is some pretty genius, like, we're going to take a breath for just a second.
Yeah.
And we're going to analyze this from this, like, 1,000-foot view. Mm-hmm. Because we have that opportunity, because we're reading this in hindsight.
Right.
Via the narrator's perspective.
Yeah. I
think that's wonderfully done.
Yeah, it really is. But honestly, like, I can't think of a better thing that Scott could have done, because he's like, in hindsight, or remember I was only 7 years old, but I'm like, that's probably what I would have done. Like, Yeah. What else do you do? He's choking. He can't breathe. So it's like, either you rip out a vocal cord and let him not die, or what else do you do?
If it was me, and again, based off the circumstances, I expected him to freeze.
Yeah.
Like that's what I expected, is like,
Ew.
I have no idea what to do, but yeah. So the first tug resulted in a feeling like pulling on a knot that's just about to break, but hasn't. I met squishy resistance. And my friend's eyes changed to panic. The second tug was the initial resistance, when the initial resistance snapped, and I felt the key move most of the way out of his throat. That was also when he started screaming, inarticulate, gurgly, raspy screams that stank up the air with desperation and drove me into a frenzy to finish the job. I heard chairs screech downstairs. Wonderful paragraph.
Oh, that's so good.
That's so good. So good.
Oh man, squishy resistance. Ugh. And really, to me, the most upsetting part about that is how after the first tug, his friend's eyes changed to panic.
Yeah.
That is like the scariest, most like upsetting part. Because it's just like seeing and being like, this is what you're doing to your friend, but you're going to keep doing it because you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, okay. So he does have a choice. He has a choice to call for help, to stop. So yeah, that's where this, I feel like the 1,000-foot perspective is like cluing us into, what is his motivation for doing this? Is it A, to save his friend, or is it B, to get this damn key back. Which is more important in this moment, and what really is his motivation? Really highly suspect. So I do feel like he does have a choice. He could go ask for help. He could call an ambulance.
That's true.
Especially after one tug and it doesn't come. It's like, I'm going to break something really important if I keep doing this.
That's true. But still, though, I feel like if he waited much longer, his friend would die.
He could suffocate. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, to me, in my opinion, that is the best choice. And obviously the screaming, he knew that people were coming to help. So it's like breaking something, ripping his throat out is better than letting him die, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That probably would be my thought process as well.
My thought was, okay, he's got a key stuck down his throat. He can probably still breathe. It's not nice. It's very bad. But like if it's stuck in there, yeah, I don't know. Like again, whenever you have the benefit of hindsight,
right,
you can look, and the way that we're looking on it in this story, it just really invites the reader to start asking these questions. Yeah. The main question I came away with was, what was his motivation for pulling that key out? Oh, needless to say, I was yelled at extensively by Jim. Yeah. Yelled at so much that he was hoarse in the face. My mom hadn't found out until she got home, until she got to work and checked her cell. So yeah, then we just kind of get into the aftermath of the events of that evening. While we pulled out to head to the hospital, I got my first indication that something wasn't right with the key. My mom had just finished backing up and was shifting into first gear when I looked up at the window to my bedroom, the place where the night went so horribly wrong. I saw the key was dangling from my windowsill on a nail that had come out. For just a second, I swear that I saw a translucent hand reaching back into my room, as if it had just hung it there. Yeah. All this after we learned that he couldn't find the key. Right. It was gone. Then he looks up and
there it is.
There it is.
I'm kind of getting Final Destination vibes from this. Like this key is going to fuck you one way or another.
Oh,
it's coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
nothing
feeling,
good is coming from this. Nothing good has come from this.
I have a feeling that it's going to do a whole lot more damage.
Yeah. And I'm curious if this sort of like glamour effect that it has is going to hold, or if now that he's seen it for what it is, heavy air quotes, now that he knows that this is bad, is he still going to be enthralled by it? I guess so fascinating, so good.
Ooh, I want more.
I want so much more. I want all of this.
We want some mo. We want some mo.
We want some mo.
Ooh. We want some mo.
Thank you, Jake. Wonderful.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah. And up next, Sapura Viscera.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
By Nick to you.
That's right. Hey, Nick. This is quite an entry.
What output?
What an entry. What a submission.
Holy shit. I'm looking at it 7,400 words this week.
Yep.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Wow. Honestly, you should be proud.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. Yeah. So just jumping right in here, we begin with them on their way, Sapura and Badger, as we left them after they're dealing with the wig moths. So now we're jumping forward in time a little bit, and they're just on their way. They're on the road, being pulled by twins.
A pair of twins. I thought for the longest time that these were male twins.
Yeah.
I just automatically assumed that, but then I was like, wow, my what's the word for that? Bias? Some type of bias?
I guess it's a gender bias.
Gender bias? Yeah, I automatically assume they're male. But then we found out they're sisters.
Yeah. And I would say even typical Nick to You fashion, we're going against that gender bias.
Yeah.
In any opportunity that we can.
Totally. And I really liked that. But I think that honestly, the interaction between the twins with the twins was maybe my favorite part of the story.
They're pretty lovely kind of diversions from the main through line.
Yeah.
And yeah, they add a lot of character to the story.
A lot of stumpf.
But yeah, so we're just basically, because they're on the road, they're just chatting.
Yeah.
And so because they're just chatting, we get an opportunity to learn about the world, about the characters, about their past. And I think that might be my favorite part of this opening part is we learn about some people that Sephora has interacted with in the past. That I thought was my favorite part of their conversations. We do learn a bit about Badger and just kind of
Badger's family.
Yeah. But I really took a shine to that part with her talking about other people that she's interacted with in the past. It really hints at a much deeper history.
It's like the glacier.
Yeah, it's that iceberg.
Yeah.
So you're really just coloring the edges, but it makes us believe that there's just such a rich history back there behind Sephora. So
there's a huge root system down there.
Yeah, I really thought that was very well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, also Badger's family. We do learn his papa made that bow. He did not say that,
right?
Which I just thought that was very well done. He felt a little pang of homesickness then. That's nice, Sephora said solemnly. Thanks. My sister plays music too. She uses a lute, so I guess you'd like her. Oh, Sephora said. She's pretty good with it. She does the rhythmic stuff with my uncle, but she can play drinking tunes and party music fast as you like. Cheer up grumpy travelers and elders. You'd like her. Probably, Sephora said, or replied. The rest of your family just as colorful? Not quite, but almost. My father is a generalized craftsman. He makes a lot of odds and ends, including instruments and bows, he didn't say.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
Okay, now we know where that skill came from.
Yeah, I really like that just casual drop. All while we're basically setting up for basically the musical celebration that we get at the end. So you really give us that moment and you allow us to pay off that moment later.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just information for the sake of having it. We use that information later. So I really liked that.
That was nice. I kind of got a feeling about Sephora that she kind of started to strike me as Jack Kerouac-esque. Yeah, because she's this traveler. She's this like wanderer, adventurer.
Yeah.
And it's very glamorous and everything. But in reality, she's very lonely.
Yeah.
And Jack Kerouac says this. He's like, this is not anything to like aspire to. My life is not anything to aspire to. Yeah, it is glamorous and adventurous and all this stuff. But it's also just very isolating,
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't really seem to have any
friends.
Yeah, no friends, no real relationships to speak of.
Yeah.
Moving from one partnership to another,
right.
and that's kind of what we get later in this conversation. Yeah, whenever he's asking if there are any adventurers you'd recommend working with, Badger asked. Well, you already worked with the Fangs, and they're some of the best around. The only one I'd recommend more is Firefly Quatsev, though he's more of a courier. Adventuring is just a side gig sort of thing, even if he is gold ranked. So it just seems like it's all about this. It's almost like a business relationship, like an exchange.
Yeah.
There's no personal aspects that she's sharing. It's all business.
Right.
So she doesn't ever really open up. No. She's a very closed book.
Yes. And then you have to ask yourself, okay, well then what's the point? That's what I ask myself. Like, what is she doing it all for? For the glory? Is it all worth it? I don't know. It just made me ask those questions.
Yeah. And because she's so closed down and hard to gauge, like her motivations, there's just so many things it could be. And so we just kind of have to start inferring based off of what she does. So,
right.
So yeah, be very curious to know more about Sephora. Then we get, it was around then that the mining town came into sight. Small note, I would actually say that you could put like a line break or something there. Just something to kind of delineate, because we're going on to something very different from there.
Yeah.
That's whenever we get this mining town, and we learn that there is a dungeon spreading inside of this mine, which I thought was really an interesting way of continuing the world building that we already are aware of, that these dungeons spread.
Mm-hmm.
They just grow out of
yes.
For whatever reason.
This dungeon spuds.
Yes, dungeon spuds, but also the seed for this dungeon, we learn much later, is a diamond pickaxe.
Yeah.
Like that was the seed for it. So very interesting.
It is very interesting, very creative.
Yeah. Actually, the diamond pickaxe made me think, like, is this Minecraft? No. But we get more of this just kind of business attitude of Sephora whenever she's leading up to what is them dealing with this dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
She walked into the tailor's shop, and like the previous town at the Smiths, with a line parted for her. I needed a new suit of cloth and wood armor, she said, just enough to take a couple of blows, keep some debris off me.
Mm-hmm.
The tailor was an older woman with the full lower body of a cow and a cow's head, and auburn fur covering her whole body. She had what looked like a small counter's worth of spools on her back. Of course, Miss Adventurer, she said, her voice slow and methodical. Any other preferences? None, she said. Just make it good and have it done by tomorrow if you can. With that, she placed a gold coin and a couple of silver on the table and left.
Mm-hmm.
That whole interaction struck me as very important for a couple of reasons. For one, we go to such lengths to describe the shopkeeper,
mm-hmm.
and it's such a colorful like representation.
Yeah.
And like the counter's worth of spools on her back. It paints such an image, and she's just so quick and terse and done and gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so more of that scene is us the reader spending time learning what's going on
mm-hmm.
than it is her actually interacting in it.
Yeah.
So I thought, for one, that struck me as very interesting. After I left that scene, I thought, did we really need all that description if that's all the time we were going to spend? And then at the end, I was like, oh, yes, actually, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We did need all of that because it really shows how quick and terse and short she is with everybody.
Yeah.
It really just kind of lends to how abrupt she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I really liked that. It took
characterization.
Me a minute. It really took exactly. It took me a minute to appreciate it
mm-hmm.
for what it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we get to the guild. And so we have this halfling at this guild. We really do a lot of world building with the Adventurers Guild. We get this question, do you have a couple extra spears and a good wooden shield I can buy? Said Sephora. Of course, the reception nodded. He was a
mm-hmm.
halfling, but large for his species.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good exchange. Of course, the receptionist nodded. He was a halfling, but large for his species, and with pale white hair and skin and red eyes. The red eyes met Badger's own, and he realized he was staring. You can't sell my organs, the receptionist told him. Oh, darn, Badger said. And here I was sure a noble would offer a good price. Guess I'll just have to settle for our blood and sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So, great characterization for Badger, and a side that we hadn't had a chance to really see yet, but has been clued into.
Yeah.
With, like, I remember the Fang saying, like, he was cracking jokes.
Right.
Like, keeping the people calm in
mm-hmm.
a time when it was, like,
mm-hmm.
you know, really would be tough to stay calm. He's cracking jokes. So we're really starting to see this side of him come out.
And that also kind of gave me an idea of I wasn't sure if I read this right, but of the like relationship between different types of species in this world, that like the shopkeeper was like paranoid.
Yeah.
Or something, or like kind of had the idea that a giant was going to sell his organs or something like that.
Yeah.
Like kind of almost like old wives' tale, like believing these things that aren't really like true, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like these giants are going to steal your organs or something like that. So it made me kind of think of him as being more like,
is it like a kind of racism or like a stereotype maybe?
It's like kind of uneducated.
Yeah.
Like a hick.
Yeah.
A backwoods guy.
Yeah. A receptionist for the guild in a small mining town.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's world building in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That thought that exchange was really, really nice.
Yeah. It's very informative.
Very informative scene, and really endears us further to Badger. Not that we needed more endearing to him, but my note there is like quick with a retort, our Badger. So I really like that quality of him, and that he is, one, willing to speak his mind, and two, is quick with a joke. I just think that's a good counter to Sephora, who's all just business.
Yeah.
And this exchange here, of course, Sephora's side. I don't suppose you could convince the illustrious Lord Wexura, the receptionist supplied Wexura, then to halt mining for just a little while. I thought that was really well handled as well.
Yeah.
I really liked that scene in the guild. That was nice.
That was nice. I like the description of the Shatterbear.
Oh yeah,
it's so clever. I don't know. Just the whole thing is just so like creative. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and we get all these people, these bronze ranks that come from the Adventurers Guild to help them deal with the Shatterbear and the anglers. And we get this little tidbit as they're all rushing out. Don't any of you get killed, the receptionist shouted behind them. You all have too much debt. And so more world building. Yeah. All just thanks to this receptionist. This silly receptionist did so much to further our understanding of this world.
Right, of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really, as kind of slimy and just he is as a character, he did a lot for the reader.
Totally. To clue us in. Yeah. To just basically like color in, the empty spots of what's going on.
Yeah. And then we learn registering as a bronze rank would be a good way to supplement their income. So that just shows that the ranking systems are a product of the Adventurers Guild. And not of the world itself. It's just of that guild. And so, again, we're just kind of starting to hone in on some of these details that we've been reading about. So I just thought we did a lot of clarifying in this story.
Yes.
But yeah, then we get to this fight. And I really liked, he fired an arrow almost straight up, drawing sudden stares. Kite arrow, he spoke aloud, and the arrow hung in the air, ready to descend. If the Shatterbear comes out, I want something ready, he explained. My note is just, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's rock and roll.
Yeah. And it's like that, it also paints Badger as just being like, he's on his toes. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. There's a reason he's gold ranked.
Yeah. Yeah. He sounds like a really cool giant. I'd like to meet that guy.
Yeah, he knocked another arrow as bronze ranks stared at him. This is after he fired an arrow so strong it just went through one of the anglers. And so they're all like, what?
They're like, damn.
Damn, dude.
Okay.
This line. I know I look better than the anglers, but try to focus on them for now, he joked. After a minute's pause, one of the adventurers called out, you look like shit, man. I laughed out loud at that.
That's hilarious.
And then we actually go on to qualify like what he means. He's like, oh yeah, I'm missing hair and I'm dirty and filthy. It's like it's not fair, man. It's like it's just following her. And so we get the whole back and forth with that. I just really like I could just hear it's like in the background, you look like shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, that was funny.
That is funny. From the masses.
Yeah, just some anonymous
heckler.
Yahoo. Yeah, heckler.
Yeah. You look like shit.
Yeah. But yeah, the description of the Shatterbear was, I thought, really interesting.
Yeah.
By all just visual accounts, he looks soft and fluffy.
Oh.
But
no.
It's like where there's a wind, it's like the fur is not
his fluff
blowing.
Is not swaying in the wind.
Yeah, it's quite stiff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a very, very clever description.
I'd like to see an illustration of a Shatterbear.
Yeah. Yeah, and this whole world, I feel like we're going to get a lot of that. Like, these are just some creative monsters and races. It's just all so very, very creative.
Yeah.
And I must commend you on your creativity.
It's the same.
And your commitment to something that requires such creativity.
Yes. You cannot just skate by on this. Yeah, it's amazing, honestly.
Yeah. And if you haven't, create a database or a spreadsheet
of the characters.
Characters, descriptions, names, and everything. Yeah. Just start compiling a compendium of everything that you're putting onto the page. And all of that is just inspiration for later. Like, you can always be bringing these things back, these characters. And whenever you have worlds this big, you almost have to have it.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little jealous that you have something so big and just sprawling, like
so
the
vast.
Dungeons literally sprawl on their own. So
it's amazing.
This is so fun. And
it is.
Whenever I saw how much I had to read this week, I'm sorry I have to say it like that, but that I had to read this week for your story, I kind of was dreading it. And then by the end of it, I was like, that was so worthwhile.
Yeah.
So you really pay off with all of the words that you put down.
Yeah.
I do think it would benefit from an edit, but it wouldn't, frankly.
Right.
So it's just the further along that I got in the story, I was just like, man, this is good.
It is. It's really good. It's quality. It's quality output. It's not just like quantity, you know?
It really isn't. And you just keep paying it off and you keep moving us forward. You keep progressing us.
Yes.
And the way that we leave us in this celebratory bar, listening to music, getting these characters that we've met before back, and like seeing them like excited. I leveled up. I got this skill. I got this. I got that. Like, it's just keeping us very firmly rooted in this world. And also, I really appreciated that Sephora was last to show up at the celebration.
Of course she was.
She's the headliner. Of course she's last.
Yeah. Just got to make an entrance.
Yeah. But also
shut the hell up and just drink.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's her way of headlining, is like, dude, I just want to drink. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So I think you did such a wonderful job with this.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. And please keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Yes. Thank you, Nick.
Well, it looks like next up we've got Matt. Chapter 2, Olivia.
That's me.
That's
you.
That's
Olivia.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have of course, this is Novel-bember, a continuation of the last story.
Of course.
Okay. And so we've got Olivia. I have to admit, I did get a little bit confused on, and maybe you intended this, or maybe I'm just a dumbass, but
I probably fucked it up. It's fine.
No, it's on, I think that the point where I got confused, because up until then, I'm just like, okay, Liv is a robot. But then, or a AI, whatever, humanoid, I don't know. But then it's like, Liv, she said, I guess I'm afraid that it'll kick me out. One day I'll be outside looking in. It won't need me. And then Liv talks about her real face being way below. So I'm like, okay, is this an actual person who is controlling this vessel of a nurse? It's an actual, okay.
Yes.
But then she's like afraid that the actual vessel will take over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the tender moments between Colin and whoever, were those between Colin and the AI, or between Colin and the real person controlling the AI?
There is no AI here. There are two human intelligences here. We have Colin and we have Liv. The difference is Colin is in a closed room and Liv is basically a remote nurse, is what it amounts to, a remote caregiver.
Okay.
And she's using tools, these machines, as extensions of herself.
Right, okay.
To care for Colin.
Yes.
Because he's in a sealed room. Like, no one can come or go. I tried to clue into those things. I guess I missed it.
No, I got that actually.
Okay.
But I was just like, I guess I'm afraid that it'll kick me out. I'll be on the outside looking in. It won't need me. Who? What will kick her out?
The machine that she's using in this instance that looks like her.
So that's not an entity?
No.
Because that's when I started getting the feeling that was an entity as well, that was like getting intelligence or something.
No.
Oh,
it's just a machine that is so hyper realistic. And that's kind of a spoiler, but it is capable of human level intelligence.
Okay.
But she's just using it like a she's just using it like a remote, like an avatar.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Like a surrogate person for herself. Like,
yeah, and that's what because in the last installment I was like, okay, it's just a AI creature, but in this one, I started seeing that it was like a surrogate for her. But then I was just like, is there also another entity or something, which would be the machine itself? But
that's kind of what I'm trying to set up is the machine is its own entity, because that I want to make the reader aware of its presence.
Yeah.
By always just drawing it back to like the Septibot is the spider monster horror thing that he saw before. And the nurse that he sees, I'm trying my best to tie the reader, like those are the same thing. The spider monster abomination.
Right.
And the nurse that Colin is interacting with, those are the same thing.
Right.
They're all being controlled by a real person named Olivia.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now I'm starting to think, okay, so what if Olivia is like super unattractive in real life and she's inhabiting this like cute nurse body right now as her surrogate? So and he's falling in love with this, but it's really not the whole package of Liv.
So I wanted to clue the reader into something really early on. She appeared to be seated, and I think that word "appeared" is doing me a disservice. What it is I should have said she was seated at a desk set at the edge of Colin's room, basically set in a hollow field. Like she has a simulation of his room. He can't see her, but she sees him in his room and everything.
Yeah.
So she's basically got like full supervision over his room, but he never sees her. But I wanted to clue in, like, she bowed over her desk, eyes bloodshot. If Colin could see her, he'd undoubtedly recognize her as the nurse that had visited him on the first day.
Wait, so when she bowed over her desk, her eyes bloodshot, was that the real her down below?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I didn't get that. I thought that it was like her avatar was so lifelike that it got its eyes bloodshot when she was stressed or something, you know?
Yeah, and so that's why I was trying to. I didn't do well enough cluing the reader in that we are in a new perspective outside of just the chapter heading of Olivia.
Yeah.
Like that was basically the only clue that I gave the reader. It's like, okay, we are in Olivia's perspective. So what was previously, this is all over Colin's shoulder. We're now over Olivia's shoulder. We're going to look very closely over her.
Okay.
And her goings on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that helps to like understand that. So I really, really love just this like one-on-one interaction between them, you know, and I also like the way that the fact that Colin is dying makes it kind of like avoid a cliche in a way, like in my mind, because it's like you think if Colin wasn't dying, it would be too predictable. It would just be like, oh, we know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to fall in love and blah, 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 you know, and like live happily ever after. But according to our understanding right now of Colin, he is dying. And so it's not so obvious what's going to happen, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it less predictable.
Okay.
Which I really appreciate.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Yeah. And I know that I haven't done anything to clue the reader into like what's wrong with him.
Right.
Or even like what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to stress plot too much in this. I just wanted to focus on
the characters.
Them.
Yes.
Yeah, as characters.
Yes. And I think that really shined through.
Okay.
Like you really I feel like in their interactions, we learned a lot about who they are, you know?
Cool. Not
from like overtly describing who they are, but just from their interactions, we can see a lot about who they are as characters. And Olivia definitely is more relatable in this excerpt because she seems more human, you know?
Oh, yeah, because she was just a floating voice in a room that was malfunctioning with a monster machine in the first one. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
A Black Mirror? They take shifts being the avatars, being the avatar that's dealing with these people. I need to think more about it. But anyway.
It sounds like a Black Mirror episode, and I can't remember which one. It's been long enough since I've seen them.
Yeah. But anyway, it kind of suddenly reminded me of that. Yeah. But and she's like falling for this guy. It seems like she's kind of falling in love with him.
Yeah, if nothing else, really caring for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a personal level. Yeah.
Right. And I guess it really started seeming kind of romantic when she was like, this man.
Yeah.
You know? And then that definitely seemed like it was going towards like romantic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it really does. Okay, perfect. So that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It worked.
It wasn't necessarily that she is feeling romantic. It's that she's just feeling very vulnerable around him, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Like he's disarming her in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was all business, but now she's like kind of not just all business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's suddenly personally invested.
Right. This is gonna sound weird, but I kind of like liked the description of his pain. I know that's really weird.
No.
But like where it's like he laid that way, eyes closed and taking deep breaths. He winced again and his hand went to his right side. He laid that way, eyes closed and taking deep breaths. Liv didn't interrupt him. I felt like that was a really good description of somebody just suffering, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quiet.
Yeah.
It's obvious what it is, but it's not. It doesn't need to be grandiose or profound or
right.
Yeah. It's quiet. It's a quiet thing.
It's like a quiet acceptance.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I don't know, just I like him as a character because he's there. He's like, he's trying to keep a good attitude. You know, he's really, really leaning on Olivia. I don't know. I feel like he has a kind of like an optimistic, kind of like a hopeful outlook, despite the fact that he knows that he's dying for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
No, I this was actually pretty difficult to write. Well, for one, I was just stuck in like, I sat down to write and I just kept like building like world elements. And so what I ended up doing in this was I sat down and I wrote and I realized that I couldn't get in the character development head. So I just went ahead and kept world building. So I just wrote out like a bunch of things describing the scenes, describing like what they're doing, how they're feeling, rough conversations that they're having. And then what I did is I took all of the like blocks, like the info dump stuff that I wanted to like get out, all the exposition.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, make them do something that forces them to look at this part of the world. And it came out just so naturally. After that, it just came down to like, I need them to talk about this machine. I need her to interact with her environment, and that's the hollow field, and that's something that I didn't do enough of, I feel like, because she is remote. She is separate. Yeah. It's very subtle in the text itself that she is not there with him, and now that I'm seeing it, that she is not an artificial intelligence, because I haven't done enough to humanize her. Right. So I need to do more of that. And in the world building, what I had was just a bunch of exposition around where she is, what she's doing, how isolated she is. Yeah. Because he's isolated, but so is she. Right. But a lot of that got lost in my just trying to center it around them. Yeah. And get rid of all the exposition. Right. So I just tried to, I think I tried to reduce it too far, is what ended up happening. Okay. So I lost some of her humanity in the process. So. Yeah, that makes sense. And it did like come through a little bit, but just enough that it kind of, like I said, just kind of confused me. And I'm like, wait, is she a human or not a human? Yeah. Well, I definitely think that we got some good, like I said, some good characterization here through their interaction. And I really like that because it's not directly telling you this is who these people are, you know, but it's just showing you through their interaction. I really like that. Yeah. And that was tough. Yeah. I really did struggle with that. Jake mentioned in a comment, like, that dialogue is a struggle to write. It is. Yeah. It was. Yeah. This was a real struggle to do. Not necessarily just the fact that it's dialogue, but making it meaningful. Right. And making it do something. Yeah. Because banter, I feel like, is easy. Banter is easy. I can have them just like bounce off of each other the whole time. It's so easy. But having like meaningful dialogue. Yeah. Having it feel like it's naturally moving through time. And that time is passing. Right. In this moment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that they're not just like sitcom characters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 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 I feel like that definitely came through here, and it felt pretty natural, honestly. awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty tricky to write, but it was also very fulfilling to write.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
And I do feel like I've achieved something that I haven't been able to achieve in the past, and that is the show don't tell through dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to, I've never tried, I don't think I've ever tried that before.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a real swing for me.
Yeah.
Like, I really stepped to the place like, okay, we're going to try something and just see what happens.
Right.
And so, but seriously, it was basically I wrote something and then I rewrote it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to take all that same information and make it not just in dialogue, but in them occupying the space that I was trying to explain.
Yeah.
I wanted them to explore that space rather than explain it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this was an excellent effort in that direction. And yeah, I think it can just get better from here, honestly.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. I'll be curious how you feel at the next part.
Do you already know what it's going to be?
I'm at a crossroads. There's two ways that I can take this story, and I'm not sure which path I want to take yet.
Oh my God.
Like, I've got two very different things. Like, I've got them planned out really far. I say planned out. I've got them imagined really far out.
You can do a choose your own ending.
It sounds like twice the work.
Right, it is.
So,
it is.
But, so yeah, I'll be curious if you still like it next week.
I'm excited.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Mange.
Right.
Thanks, Matt. Man.
Right.
Mant.
And up next, Chrome River by Rachel.
Chrome River.
Chrome River.
That's me.
So this is, I was going to say it. These are some big old paragraphs.
Well, it's not supposed to be that big.
No, I'm just kidding.
I got fucked by Reddit.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
This is, I think this is beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
writing. It continues to be very descriptive, and your style of writing is, I think this is pretty original. I'm going to keep standing on that soapbox.
Wow.
Like, it doesn't really strike me as, okay, maybe original is not the right word I need. Well, one, it doesn't strike me as anything that I recognize.
Okay.
It's highly descriptive.
Mm-mm.
You pay a lot of attention to detail.
Okay.
And it's very neat. This entire story is just, how did I phrase it here at the end? Neat as a pin, pretty as a picture, tight as a drum. Like, everything's in its place.
Oh.
It's very tight. It's very controlled.
Interesting. That's interesting. Not necessarily what I want, but I don't know if that's a good thing, you know?
Oh, I think because it's tight and clean and precise, what you're trying to do is very clear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very transparent,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, what am I trying to do? I'm just curious.
You are trying to, well, one, you did some excellent world building here, exploring Atlanta, following over the shoulder of Dre, introducing us to people that he interacts with, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice. It was so nice. And in the process, you give us some very unique ways of describing people and these places that he's interacting with, while always inhabiting this minor psychosis.
Yeah.
That is always, it's just there.
Yeah.
It's just there.
It's just part of who Dre is.
So am I way off base there? Like,
that he has minor psychosis?
No, that's what you were trying to do here. Was just explore in great detail and just really start to paint this picture and just follow Dre and explore this kind of mental attitude that he has.
Honestly, I'm so interested to hear your take on it, because I did not have a goal in mind. I mean, my only goal was to try to do characterization.
Okay.
And to try to add more world building. That was my only goal. And so
if that was your only goal, you achieved it in spades.
Oh,
I will say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because, so I didn't really have this. There's not like some master plan. There's definitely not a master plan.
Okay.
And so.
Well, maybe not a master plan, maybe not an outline, but you set out with a goal of, I need to get Dre on the page.
Yeah.
And I need him to be in a place that he can inhabit and inhabit well.
Right.
And again, you did that. And you did it great.
Yay. Thank you.
He took a deep breath and inhaled the sweet scent of magnolias mingled with chimney smoke and a hint of tobacco from the cigar shop next door. Looking around, he was surprised to find that he felt grateful. Mm-hmm. 2 sentences alone within that paragraph, you did both of what you tried to do. Mm-hmm. You could have left it at that. And honestly, it would have probably been enough. Mm-hmm. Sparse, but enough. Mm-hmm. But you go so far beyond that. How could he feel grateful after what he'd just been through? What he would surely continue to go through? I may be cursed, thought Dre, but God knows I'm blessed. The red brick pavilion glistened and sparkled as the setting sun cast its fading light onto the newly showered surface. Thickly interwoven through everything were wise old trees, robed in coats of deep red, fiery orange, and brilliant golds and yellows. It was more than beautiful. It was breathtaking. Really. What hath God wrought, he thought. Wasn't that what Daddy always used to say? Fuck, dude.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'll have to say that, I think that really my goal, honestly, is to tell my story through Dre.
Okay.
And then also add fantasy elements and also have the license to add things that are not necessarily part of my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would encourage even, like, while it may be your story, try to make sure that it's uniquely Dre as well.
No, definitely, because there are things about Dre that are definitely not me.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And so I just
don't be afraid
feel
to let those things like come out.
Oh, totally. Because Dre is he's kind of serious. Yeah. I'm definitely very silly.
Yeah. That shows in here. He's pretty serious, like kind of subdued.
Yeah. He's kind of serious, brooding guy. You know, and so there's definitely things about him that are not me, but, I guess I would say that that's kind of like my primary, what I'm doing right here. Cause I'm really trying to go with the, like, write what you know thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of had a breakthrough moment whenever Jerry said, isn't that cool though? How whenever we write, we can, like, even from our own writing, it's like almost like our interaction with the paper can create something that didn't exist before.
Oh yeah.
You know? So like I had a breakthrough moment where he's like, I may be cursed, but God knows I'm blessed. Because that just like kind of came out and I was like, whoa, that is my mantra. That is my new life mantra.
Yeah. You created something for yourself.
Yes.
That was intended just for Dre.
Yes. It's like, you're not one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, like just because you're cursed and you are me, I am. I'm also very, very blessed. You know, I don't have to just be one or the other. And by the way, that harkens back to what I mentioned in the past about alhamdulillah. Which is what you say whenever, all the time, but including whenever something really bad happens, but you still say, thanks be to God or glory to God. Alhamdulillah. You know, that's saying I've been cursed, but I'm also blessed.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Beautiful way to start us. Yeah. Yeah. My note at the end is like, that is just a beautiful paragraph. Like there isn't a single word out of place. Every word is doing something. I love that paragraph.
Thank you.
So I want to move on to Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, his original name was Jack.
Jack. Too close, man.
I know, too close. I was like,
close.
Okay, never mind. It's Daniel.
Daniel reminds me of someone.
Yeah. Yup. And this is like where I
really like Daniel.
Yeah, me too. And so this is where, like, I want to, because so far I feel like the story is pretty serious, but I also want to put like funny parts in there, you know?
Yeah. Or in this case, I think you just added somebody who's just kind of, Daniel is a little quirky.
Yeah.
A little silly, a little strange.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that you're adding something funny. You're just adding a character who allows us to like take a load off for a second.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
I really like these descriptions. I don't know where you're getting this shit from.
I know, right?
Daniel and Dre had a long history together, and Dre continually had to remind himself that Daniel's virtues far outweighed any perceived shortcomings. Hell, he could only hope the same could be said of himself. Dre and Daniel had been roommates for the last 3 years, ever since Dre moved back to Atlanta from New Orleans after a painful breakup. At the time, Daniel had been looking for an escape from his ex-roommate, a middle-aged alcoholic with unkempt cats. Unkempt cats? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't see. That's funny. That's funny.
It's just so out of left field, like a middle-aged alcoholic with unkempt cats. Like,
yeah,
that is funny, but like,
but
it's not. It doesn't look so closely, and it doesn't take so much time to set it up. It just like it's like cats,
unkempt ones.
Unkempt cats.
In fact.
So yeah, I adore that.
Yeah,
and this next part, Daniel was a 40-year-old accountant with an insatiable affinity for laundry. I laughed. I just like stopped. I was like, well, first it was like a chuckle, like, huh, what?
Yeah.
What? it just like it's this self-compounding joke. The longer you think about it, the funnier it gets. So yeah, that shit's funny. Yeah. So he certainly did infuse some levity into that.
Yes.
So, yeah, I really like that. And the whole conversation between Daniel and Dre.
Oh yeah.
Here, especially the part where he's like, "Oh, I was just finishing up some laundry, but it'll be done here in the next hour." It's like, "Of course you are," thought Dre. "Okay, sounds good," said Dre, adding as much cheer as he could muster to response. Yeah. So yeah, it's just further like cluing us into this kind of this serious, just kind of you described him as broody. Yeah. I would call him as just like stoic.
Yeah, he's stoic. Yeah, he's stoic.
Personality. Yeah.
He's stoic. Yep.
The Velvet Note. Teased Daniel with a look that said, "I know something you don't think I know." Yep. Yes, the Velvet Note. Any more questions? Asked Dre jokingly as he began to ascend the stairs to the study. "I guess you're going to do some work, Sherlock shit. Well, you know where to find me if you need a break." "I'm a linguist, Daniel, not a detective." "Half of one, 6 dozen of the other," retorted Daniel smugly as though he had said something clever. "Exactly," said Dre, rolling his eyes. So, yeah.
But did you get that part though?
The half of one, 6 dozen of the other? Yeah. It's not clever. It's wrong.
I know. Yeah. But it's something that we've had a conversation about. I said that one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we joked about it because it was there's between like whales and like seals or something like that. Oh yeah. And I was like half of one, 6 dozen of the other, but accidentally. Oh yeah. Because I meant to say they're the same.
That's but you were old conversation.
I know.
That was decades ago.
Yeah, actually, you were like, yeah, actually, it is half of one, 6 dozen of the other.
that's the actual saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like you have a whale, and then you have the krill that the whale eats.
Right. It's half of one, 6 dozen of the other. Actually.
Yeah. I didn't connect that back to a conversation that we had, but I did catch that it was wrong. Right. or at least not the saying. Yeah. 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 And then we get this description of the study. As Dre turned the old brass doorknob, his heart began to beat a little faster. It happened every time he opened the door to his study, also known as the Emerald Room. He stepped forward and breathed in the aroma of leather, candles, and books. He was quite proud of his collection, and he had accumulated over years a collection made significantly more robust by his father's contributions and a few selections from his mother as well. We get more and more and more of this study, and this is his safe place. Exactly. This place is so safe. Yeah. So I'll be curious how we use this space moving forward. Like this is his respite. This is where he can go to rest his knee. Yeah, exactly. And so just how we use this space in the future. Yeah. I imagine it will be sparing, considering how much we're dealing into his his mental struggles.
Yes.
It'd be hard to dive into those struggles in a place so warm and inviting and just so I think this space is a place that we can really get away from the troubles from the storm.
Right. But maybe we'll have more of the, other stuff than just the troubles, the storm,
It's true. But for next week, for the plot, it's all about that conflict, baby. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll just be curious to see how we use this space. You did a lot to describe it, and a lot to further characterize Dre, like we mentioned, as the stoic guy.
Yes.
So, be curious to see what you got.
Yay.
What are your thoughts on what you wrote? What do you like?
What
do you
my
not
thoughts?
like? Yeah.
Me? Man, I really enjoyed this. I just really, really liked it. I had a great time. Honestly, the thing about like everything being neat, like nothing out of place, that is the thing that I tend towards overthinking and wanting every single word to be perfect,
It doesn't suffer for it. I'll put it that way.
Well, that's good. I do want to
I guess word count may suffer, but that I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do want to like let go and like let it flow a little bit more, like just let it flow a little bit more freely. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this world. This is the type of story that I would like to read. I feel like there's enough going on that it can stay interesting for a while. We've got the potential love interest with Cecilia. We've got his own craziness. Dre's craziness. We've got the linguistic stuff. We've got a linguistic mystery kind of coming up as well. So I feel like there's a lot of content that can be delved into.
So you do have a plan.
I'm trying to set up some different contents that can be exploited.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just going to dangle some threads that you can pull on when you feel like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So I feel like it's going somewhere. There's somewhere to go with this, Cool.
Well, thank you, Rachie.
Thank you.
And up next, we have Open Like a Flower, the part 2.
Yes.
By All Fair Chatwin.
Yes. All Fair. I have to say, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, this is captivating.
It's very captivating. Man, I feel like this one might have like won first place for me this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The whole interaction between the uncles and Minu, and especially the interaction between the niece.
Oh, yeah. And Mani, she goes by Mani.
Cousin, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manasvi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mani. And Mani's like skills and everything, just the way everything was described, I loved it.
Yeah. This is one that is pretty easy to just fall into.
It is.
You have just such a capable set of characters that regardless of whatever position you write yourself into, you've got some character that can pull you in a direction that is compelling. So, and Manu especially, because she's just this fish out of water.
Yeah.
So everything is fresh and new to her. And since she's our perspective, it really mirrors us as the reader.
Yeah.
And so we're just to see this world through her perspective. Again, we mentioned this a lot last week, but it just continues to hold true here, and just allowing all of these characters to explain this world and to also further characterize what it means to be a fish out of water in a world like this. And the way Mani is just kind of like patronizing and belittling for like, oh yeah, of course I know that. Like this is like, that's kid stuff.
Right.
And she's younger than Manu. And so it's just like, you little shit.
Right.
Like, yeah. So excellent character work done this week.
Very good character work. And there's just so many little details that I love. Like A Young Person's Illustrated Primer to Basics of Subtle Energy by Lipton, Fang, and Pereira. Like, I don't know, that's just like little details that I feel like you spend a lot of time on that just really like fill out the story.
Yeah, and I didn't go back, but I thought that those might be names that were presented to us on her drive, the carriage ride towards the uncle's I felt like that may have been something that was brought up, were those names. Again, like that, I don't know that for sure, and I didn't go back to check, but I felt like you may have paid off setting those names up before, but I didn't go back to check. So I'd be curious to know if that was true.
Yeah.
But yeah, the uncles are wonderful.
Yeah.
Just such dads.
They are. So jolly.
Yeah, so jolly and just such dads. Just all the interactions just feel so natural.
Yeah.
None of it feels contrived at all. And especially whenever they're like scolding Manny for being just like, it's like, that is not the way that you speak to your cousin. Just like, you know, reprimanding, but also just like, I don't know. It just felt so homely.
Yeah, it did. It felt cozy. The whole thing felt very cozy.
Yeah. Yeah. And really, I don't feel like I have a lot to. I don't feel like I have a lot to say about this, but there's a lot being done here, and I feel like I'm kind of doing it a disservice because, like, all fair, I just read straight through this.
Yeah.
And I can't really find anything to criticize. It's just, it's a very well constructed set piece.
Yeah.
And it just goes so far to clue us into, well, for one, it feels like a big part of the conflict is the way that Mani is using energy. And it's this real invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
And it's really upsetting. And just as us as readers, we're like, that's really not for you to just be poking around and prodding and finding out. Especially, I don't know what it is, but because she's younger.
Yeah.
Like, because she's a child.
Yeah,
and she has this ability to pry.
Because she has great power and she's not mature enough to know how to use it.
Yeah, she has great power, but to quote the great Ben Parker, has no idea of the responsibility behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we're really setting up this this conflict, I feel like, with Mani, and really that might just be indicative of the larger conflict within the world. And that's going to kind of, I feel like, play into plot.
Yeah.
And so just kind of jumping ahead a little bit about plot, like a lot of times it's kind of nested problems. And so it's like you can have like a smaller set piece like this one, where the conflict between Manu and Mani is painted out as like this invasion of privacy and this energy, the way that she's using this energy and reading auras, essentially. That could be indicative of the world, the much larger conflicts within this world. And that it's just, we can see it very small version of that here, and we're going to further explore that in a much larger scale later throughout the plot. And so we kind of get this mirror.
I really like the way that you've got two opposing kind of worldviews combined into this world, which is, to me, it has Aladdin, like Turkey, vibes. Very like traditional, like kind of magical place. But then you have this very like these very open-minded people. Yeah. Who are like, you're they, right? Yeah. It's like these two opposing things that usually are not together are combined together in this world. Yeah. Like the traditional family values and like just the whole world, plus being very woke, I guess you could say.
Let's say progressive. Yeah. Yeah. So the world is, it is unique and familiar at the same time. Yeah. Like it just all feels, it's very easy to latch on to what kind of world this is. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Like the world is very striking. It's very rich. It feels very lived in and occupied. It doesn't feel hollow in any way. No. Feels vibrant. It's a very vibrant world. Yeah. And the character work that you did this week is exceptional. Yeah. And just really pulling focus in on this relationship that we're probably going to explore greater between Manu and Mani. And also just hanging out on the sidelines is Rishin, right? That's her name? Yeah. The sister? Yeah. Rishin. Yeah, Rishin. You say that. So I'm really want to see Mani and Rishin's, because they are just good. They just, every time they interact with each other, they just bounce off of each other. Like, and they're just like basically two cats clawing at each other the whole time. And one is clearly won out, right? Mani. But Rishon is also she's got claws of her own.
Right.
And she knows when to pull them out to do the most damage to money as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all just these subtle little jibes. It's like, don't let her get to you. Daddy and Papa told her she needs to relate to people better and not to get above herself. The teachers at school said so too, said Rishon from the other side of the room. I told you, go to sleep, brat.
Yeah.
So clearly she knows exactly what buttons to push. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I like how measured you were with the quips from Rishon. They're very effective.
They are. And I just love the description of Mani's powers.
Yeah.
I love the way that's described. It's so cool.
Yeah. I'm looking for it.
I'm like, if I had been there, if I had been Minu, I would be like, yes, please. I would like for you to get the whale to breach.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
But yeah, I guess that could also be because Manu does have enough understanding of this world and knows that would carry consequences for doing something like that.
That, and I feel like she's more of a reserved private person.
Yeah, and she seems to understand the responsibility that Mani does not.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it seems like between the two of them, they could be, if they could ever get along, which so far they don't really seem like they're going to get along very well. But if they could be quite the force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. The grounded, level-headed, and well thought out, reserved Minu, plus Mani's just unbridled power.
Yeah, exactly. She's like Phoenix.
Yeah. Or Dumbledore or some shit. Yeah, like
that is a good description. It's unbridled power.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just be really curious to see how those two interact with one another. Because so far it's fraught.
Yeah, me too. And I want to see more of that magic.
Yes, yeah. Energy.
Yes.
Energy.
Sorry.
Thank you, All Fair.
Thank you, All Fair.
Lovely entry.
Yes.
Yeah. And our final entry for this week is by Richie.
That's right.
Hey, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
So this is part 3, 4. Just 3 and 4?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, parts 3 and 4 of Moon's Rising. So we pick up exactly where we left off.
Yeah.
Literally, she's still chewing the potato that he shoved in her mouth. So
right.
So we're still here.
Exactly at that point. Yes. Okay, so we are in the cafe with the brother and sister, Abby and Rat. And Rat has just now dropped a bomb on Abby, being like, hey, they're coming.
Yeah.
We've got to go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And in an effort to calm her down, smacks her face a little bit.
Yeah.
And then shoves a potato in her mouth.
Stuffs a potato in there.
Yep.
Crams in a potato wedge.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And so we are now at the point where Rat is kind of trying to describe the situation to Abby, explain it. And also we have some like backstory here to help us to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we also learn about Miller. This name gets dropped on us, which it may have been dropped before.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember it before, so I'm going to say it was dropped here in this entry. So, they've been headed this way for a while, according to Miller. It's only taken them this long because they had to set up relay and repair stations. It's a long jump now that they've exhausted the inner rim. Rat tapped the hologram again, and it winked off. He picked it up and placed it into his back pocket, just reinforcing that this object is here. Just continuing to draw our attention to this thing that is going to be important. The help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like that'll come out. And yeah, this particular part before that, they finally burned through all the underclasses and worked their way up the caste system. So laying out a larger structure for this society, caste system, and they're just slowly working their way up. And so they're headed here now, apparently. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, and they were apparently like kind of higher up in that caste system.
Yeah.
So they had some privilege, but in that society, there were no rights. So anything could be basically ripped from you at any time, it sounds like.
Yeah. They had seen their friends taken away many times. Some they saw again, some they didn't. followed by the moral enforcement officers, with the colonies use physical punishment with impunity. So yeah, this is really painting some world building for us.
Yeah.
And just the name, moral enforcement officers, my note is, oh, yikes. That sounds horrible. Like, whatever it is, just sounds very like Aldous Huxley or like Fahrenheit 451.
Exists in Saudi Arabia and other places.
Right.
Mutawa.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it horrible?
I think that it used to be, they don't have as much power, at least in Saudi, they don't have as much power as they used to. But I did get in trouble by one of them once because I wasn't wearing a hijab.
Yeah, I figured it was a hijab.
Yeah. Because my students were always like, Miss, don't wear a hijab. You don't have to. You're not Muslim. And I'm like, okay. I felt like they were just baiting me.
Yeah.
And then I got in trouble by Mutawa.
Yeah.
Dadgum Mutawa.
But in this case, they seem like they do have a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have heard of people like getting caned and stuff. I think in some places, like I think in Pakistan and Afghanistan, they definitely still have a lot of power. And I heard about a guy who got publicly beaten because he had like a picture of a naked girl or something, just a like porn star or something.
Huh.
And he got like dragged out into the street and beaten.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That all sounds just awful.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we get this further characterization. Abby still kept her hair cut short all these years later so that no one would be able to grab her by it. She stared at Rat's ponytail and remembered the last time she had been grabbed. So yeah, just this further backstory and how much of that is lost on Rat.
Yeah.
And how painful it is, like how painfully present it still is for Abby.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, they had very different experiences.
Very different. Yeah. I really like the end of part 3. Rat. Yeah, Abs? Fuck you. Abby says she picked up the mug and drank.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
Such
Rat.
siblings, man.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. You look like shit.
You look like shit.
That's funny.
So yeah, and that moves us into part 4 here. And this is where we meet none other than Miller.
Miller.
I really like the setup to this meet as well.
Yeah.
We just get a lot of just painting the scene. The diner began to clear out. Only a few older patrons remained. Rat sauntered over to the booth, loudly placed trays of mugs and food on the table. Abby's eyes fluttered and she stirred. She wasn't ready to open her eyes yet. Just 5 more minutes, she thought to herself. I told you, she's sleeping like a baby, Rat said. Go away, she mumbled. Who are you talking to? Your girlfriend? Oh, that's right. You don't have one. You're taller than I remember, a gruff voice said. Abby opened her eyes at a middle-aged man wearing coveralls. So yeah, I just really like this introduction that we get to Miller. It's a very creative way, rather than just like, oh, and then Miller walked into the diner.
There was Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was really good. Yeah, and I was like, oh, who is it? Who is this person?
Yeah.
So I was happy to see that I got scared at first that things were going to take a turn for the worse. And
it's a moral enforcement officer come in and she's
or
like, you
Rat
shouldn't be
was like selling his sister into slavery or something like that. And that was the buyer.
He's been working for the moral enforcement the whole time.
Yeah, I got scared, but no, it wasn't as bad as that.
Yeah. I told you, Miller, she's just as mean as she ever was. 6 years isn't long enough to change that. So again, just in conversation, cluing us into it's been 6 years.
Yeah. So. I like how he's like, and you're just as much of an ass kisser as you ever was.
Yeah.
That kind of made me feel like a connection to Miller because he sounded kind of like backwoods.
Oh yeah,
with the way that he talked.
Ass
that's
kisser
how
as you ever was.
Yeah, that's how my family talks. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Miller.
Oh,
I like
hey,
you.
Miller.
Hey, Mill.
Do we know each other?
Do we know? Are we family?
We can.
We can, Miller.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we just get this. We begin this conversation between Miller, Abby, and Rat, and just kind of cluing us into more of this backstory. We do eventually meet a 4th character.
Yep, the girlfriend. The not girlfriend.
Yeah. What is her name? Irene?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Iruline.
I was saying Iruline, but I don't know.
Yeah, Iruline makes more sense to me, but
yeah, Iruline. Mm-hmm.
So she's a trip.
Yeah, she seems pretty starstruck by Abby.
Yeah, and also just she's chatty.
Yeah,
she's so chatty. She can't stop talking. But yeah, starstruck is a good word for it. And just really, she comes across as quite nervous. And I thought her introduction was interesting. A girl stood from the opposite end of the diner. Abby hadn't seen her hunched over a magazine in the corner. Can I come over, please? It's so boring over here. I've read all these already, she called. Abby could not tell whether she was being playful or serious. And so that was just an odd introduction. I was like, sleeper agent. For the moral enforcement, I was like, I was suddenly like very suspicious of her. But then it was clear that Rat was like, yes, I know this, not girlfriend.
Yeah. For some reason, it kind of made me like suspicious of Rat, because I was like, why is he telling his not girlfriend, like, you stay over here and read some girl magazines while I go take care of business? That's kind of the feeling that I got.
I actually had a very different one. It was like, it made me suspicious of Rat for the reason of like, what is he doing? Like spilling all their like personal exploits that they just barely escaped and were horribly traumatic to his older sister.
Yeah.
To Iruline over here. It's like, who is she? But I guess they're just, by the end of this, I was just like, okay, they're really close friends, not girlfriend.
Right.
Not girlfriend.
She's a trusted companion.
Quite trusted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this whole back and forth about his name. Your name is Artemis?
Yeah. That is so interesting though.
Yeah. That whole paragraph about the
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the part where they're arguing and Miller interjected, "Children, as much as I love watching your petty sibling rivalry, can we please cut the shit?"
Yeah.
I liked that part. I was like, yes, Miller. Yes. I probably would have said something like that, or thought it at least.
Yeah. I really liked this part. Rat reached across the table and took Erie's hand. "You're not allowed to call me anything other than Rat. I will ignore you if you do." But it's so cute. I really liked that.
And he's just like, no.
With things like that, I was just like becoming more and more endeared to Erie.
Yeah.
She just seems like a handful. Yeah. Yeah. And the line that we leave the story on, Erie nodded her head. "Yes, I remember that from history class. It didn't seem that bad though." "You're right," Miller said. It's worse.
Yeah.
So just there's more to come yet.
Right.
So, yikes.
Bum, bum, bum.
This is still captivating. This is basically just a form of exposition. And just that we're getting to know the characters that we need to know. And so we are developing these characters. We're developing their backstories, learning just more about them, meeting some new people. And so now it's time to send them into the wider world.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yes.
And that is all of our stories for this week. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Walker, for being selected here today, along with Jake, Nick. I did a thing. You did a thing. All fair. And Richie.
Both did items.
Both
performed items.
Items.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
They did things.
Such participation.
Yes.
This is so exciting.
So exciting.
And that moves us into episode 61.
61.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I could have gone for longer, but I didn't.
For episode 61 and for week 3 of Novel-bember, it is all about that plot. It is all about that plot.
About that plot.
About that plot.
No, not plot. It's all about that plot.
Yeah.
It's all about that plant.
So when you're thinking about your plot, remember it is all about introducing and making your characters confront the conflict. Whether it comes to them or they go to it. This is where growth happens. This is where the conflict is met. They can overcome it. They can be overcome by it. This is where the meat of the story, this is where the entertainment value of your story really starts to shine. This is where your world inflicts upon your characters or your characters inflict upon the world.
Or both.
This is where all of the exchange happens. So I'm really excited to see what you guys can come up with. There is an excellent lecture series again from Brando Sando of all people, but again, there's a reason I keep referring back to him because he has a real method about him.
He does, but also he's a professor.
Yeah,
he's explaining his method in very understandable terms.
Yeah. But I think because he's such a methodical person and a methodical author, that it makes sense to reference him because he is of these methods and he knows these methods.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to link to that lecture, and he goes through several examples. The lecture is called Plot Theory, which really does lay it out better than like plot development, because the way the plot develops is any number of ways. Like it can go any direction, it can be measured, it can be chaotic, and there's so many different ways. And so this is just diving into plot theory. So I really liked that name for it.
Yeah.
But just a couple examples of like the hero's journey, very common one, which I think we're kind of setting that up in like Nick Yu's story and All Fair Chatwin's story. I feel like those could be leaning into a hero's journey style plot. And so there's a lot of kind of expectations that come from leaning into that type of plot.
Yeah.
There is the one that I really was intrigued to learn about, and I say learn about, but I guess just get some clarity on, is the plot style of yes, but, no, and plot style. And it's basically a means of escalations.
Okay.
And like the example that he offers is in like Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie. First episode 4, the first movie, whatever.
Yeah. The first one that came out.
George, why'd you do that?
Yeah, seriously.
But anyways, and so it's like, Luke needs to buy a droid. It's like, did he get the right droid? It's like, yes, but it has this message on it. It's like, okay. And so now it escalates and he goes and he finds the guy the message was for. And it's like, did he get the message to the guy it was intended for? It's like, yes, but you're being hunted by the Empire now. And it's like, can we get off planet? Yes, but the guy that you need to go is a scoundrel, and the place is full of low-life scum. And so it's just constantly escalating the story. And so the other side of that is no and so it's like, do they accomplish it? No. And this is the consequence, essentially. So I just really liked that one as like a means of laying out a way to escalate the plot. Like something happens, but always with a complication.
Right.
And so he described that as something that will work up to like 80 to 100,000 word story. It's like, but beyond that, it becomes like untenable, which the idea of me writing 80 to 100,000 words for a story is, in my mind, untenable.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so that's a perfectly serviceable like plot development tactic for me. But there's just several others. He kind of skipped over the 3-act part of it, but that's a pretty standard one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to link to it and just provide, let you guys go and peruse that at your leisure.
Yes.
He does break it into 2 or 3 parts, I think. And it's hour-long lectures each time. So, but he does add chapter markers so you can kind of skip to one that you think might be appropriate for you.
Nice.
So yeah.
I'm excited to listen to that.
I am too. I haven't listened to all of it, but what I have has been very informative.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And the words, again, you don't have to use these to accompany us for your plot week, is cite, regular, inject, exit, and cheese.
Ooh. Okay, so cite, is that SITE or SIGHT?
GHT. Okay.
Well, cite is a noun. It's also an adjectival noun. Sight station, for example. It's the ability to see. It can also be like sight reading for music, is like you can immediately play it just upon seeing it for the first time. If you have the sight, that could mean that you have prophetic skills. What
Prescience.
else? Yes.
Prescience,
if you will.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. What else?
I think it is just around seeing.
Oh, but it can also be a verb. I sighted
them.
Yes, I sighted them.
Yeah, you sight through a scope.
Right, exactly.
That's common usage for it. Yeah.
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 And then the noun would be the sight on the gun or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like in a telescope, like I have a sight through my telescope that I have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
a
little
that's
bit
technically
more,
an eyepiece, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think when it's used like that, it's a little bit more like intentional.
Yeah.
You know? What else?
That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
So next is regular.
Regular.
How regular?
Yes. Regular, plain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's an adjective. It's also it's also a noun. You can be a regular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A regular at this coffee shop.
Right.
At this bar. Yeah.
Or I'll have my regular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Regular, it's like usual, normal.
Everyday. Routine. Yeah.
Regular.
It's a way to describe somebody's bowel movements.
That's right.
Yeah, it's being regular.
Yes.
It'll make you regular.
Right. That prune juice.
The prune juice will keep you regular.
Keep you regular. Are you regular? And regular. It can be also kind of like a negative thing, like boring.
Yeah.
It's very regular.
Yeah, again, kind of plain.
Plain. Milquetoast.
Milquetoast, yeah. Which I don't know that I had ever seen that spelled out, but it's with a Q-U, milquetoast.
I feel like I have seen that.
Milquue.
Yeah, I feel like I have seen that, and I'm surprised again, though.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right?
I forgot.
Every time I say every time. The time that I read it, I was like, oh shit.
Milquetoast.
It's like how French.
Right? Shut up.
Schtroumpf. All right, and our next word is inject.
Inject. Okay. Welp. Oh man, this one's exciting. To insert, push in.
Mm-hmm. To eject in.
To eject into, yes.
That sounds gross.
I know.
Is jecture a thing?
Conjecture's a thing.
Conjecture.
Mm-hmm.
Is injecture a thing?
And I feel like ject is throw in Latin.
Ah, okay.
I could be wrong, but I kind of think that's where it comes from.
To throw.
Oh my God. Am I a genius? Am I a genius?
I won't qualify that.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, because you have eject, project, inject, reject, deject, interject, subject, object, trajectory.
Yep.
Ugh,
so
many
injection is literally throw in.
Yeah. Throw in. So like an injection, like a syringe injection is throwing liquid into your body.
Exactly. It's like hurling it in.
That's how I'm going to describe drinking as injection now. Throwing liquid into my mouth.
Yeah. It's yeeting it in.
Yeah. Yeet.
Yeet. So inject, it can be both literal and metaphorical. Like you can inject someone with enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. Or you can inject things into your body.
Or perhaps you could inject fuel into an engine.
Oh, true. With the fuel injector.
Quite, yes.
Oh, you can inject all kinds of things.
Most kinds of things.
Yeah.
What?
No, I was about to say, may I inject, but that's interject.
Yes.
May I inject?
Yeah, although that would still make sense. Like you inject something into a conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, she injected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, inject. That's a fun one.
Inject is a fun one.
And our next word is exit.
Exit. Well, exit is a verb and a noun and an adjectival noun. A verb and a noun and a adjective. No, a verb and a noun and an adjectival noun.
Yeah. Adjectival noun for sure, like an exit door.
Right.
Yeah. Exit
door. I'm going to make my exit. That's a noun. I would like to exit the premises. Mm-hmm. It's a verb. It means to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Out.
Get out.
Exit.
Yeah.
Exit.
No, it's weird that exject is not a word.
Exject?
Yeah.
Throw
exject,
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inject. We've got all kinds of fucking what are those called? Prequels?
Fixes?
Prefixes, yes.
Why do I know that?
I know. I don't. We got all kind of prefixes
Prequels.
that go to ject, but not exject. That doesn't make sense to me. But it could be because of
Unject?
it could be for phonological reasons because x and j are both like plosives.
Yeah.
And
it sounds horrible.
It's hard.
It's hard
to
and
put
it
together.
sounds stupid.
Exject.
Well, and because you have exigent.
Right.
Isn't that a word?
Yeah,
Exigent?
but that's different.
Yeah, because you have a vowel between them, separating them.
True.
So phonological.
Yeah. Exgenesis.
Exigent.
Exjo.
Nope. There's no exj.
You could be an ex general.
Well, that's like a hyphenate, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah. So dejected. I'm sorry.
Exjected.
Exjected. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You look so exjected right now. Yeah.
The word of the week is exjected.
If any of you can use exject, please tell us and
yeah, just describe the whole scene.
The whole scenario.
Yeah, and
what
just
happened.
As much detail as possible.
Exactly.
Please, thank you.
Yes.
And our final word is cheese.
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 Fromage.
Oh, fromage. This
Queso.
is one of my favorite words.
Formaggio.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bieslik, since we're saying it in different languages.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a game that was just left here called Fromage. It's just the board is a giant cheese wheel.
Yeah.
And there's a version of that same game called Formaggio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's amazing. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so cheese. Well, cheese is a noun. It's an adjective noun. Cheese factory. You know,
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
cake. Although that's one word, but cheese is the most delicious food on earth. That's right. I said it.
Okay.
Cheese is the food of the gods.
Okay.
Cheese is ambrosia.
Okay. It's delicious. I do like cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I think sandwiches are better.
With cheese?
Well, yeah. Well, they don't have to have cheese, but I do think that I think a sandwich is the food of the gods.
Okay. Well, sandwiches are great.
Like they're magical. They have healing properties.
Oh, I agree.
Like they uplift the soul, the body, the spirit.
Sandwich powers.
Mm-hmm.
The powers of the sandwich.
They are far greater than the sum of their parts.
I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
There's some magic that happens in the combination of the ingredients, which does not exist in the separate ingredients.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you deconstruct a sandwich and eat them of their constituent pieces, it does not have the same effect.
No.
Like you can eat all of the same pieces of a sandwich separately. At the end of the day, the sandwich will treat you better.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheese is good. Sandwiches are better.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. Well, cheese is an interesting thing, actually. And I realize that it's up for debate about what constitutes cheese.
Yeah, some of it's almost like a pudding. Like it's like runny. And
that's true, but here's the thing. When I was in Mongolia,
there it is.
There it is.
It's been a minute. No,
and they're like,
we had one last week.
Bieslik is cheese. Okay, but here's the problem. It's not cheese. So whenever I went with my friend in Mongolia and we went to the dairy portion of the market and he was like, oh, here, have some cheese. I tasted it and I was like, this is not cheese. This is something else.
Is it yogurt?
It was more akin. It was not yogurt. It wasn't. No, it was not yogurt. It did not have that tang.
Okay.
But the thing is that it did not have some very vital component, which I believe cheese has. Yes. It's the magic. It's the gist of the cheese.
The gist.
Yeah.
The shtick.
Yeah. It's the shtick of the cheese. And I was like, this isn't cheese. He was like, it's cheese. I was like, it's not. Sorry. It's just not.
You've been lied to.
You've been lied to for your whole fucking life.
You have been misled, misled, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Cheese is it's an animal. It's a whole nother animal. You've got animal, mineral, cheese.
And plasma.
And plasma.
Or whatever.
Okay. But anyway, there's something that it has to have. I don't know, bacteria or something that no matter what kind of cheese we're dealing with and no matter from what kind of animal's milk, it has to have that item. I don't know what the item is.
I just know it's missing.
I just know when it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds sad. You had your hopes set on finally getting the nectar of the gods in Mongolia, and then, nope, that's not right.
Right?
This is milquetoast.
Exactly. Exactly. It was kind of like milquetoast, honestly. But, okay, so cheese can also be like cheese. Like you can cheese as a verb.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like to be cheesy.
Well, yeah, but I was cheesing. You know, have you heard that?
Cheesing.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that. I couldn't tell you what it means, but
I think
it carries a vibe.
Yeah, I kind of think. What vibe does it carry for you?
It's a cheesy vibe.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
I kind of think that it means whenever you like have a crush on someone and you're just kind of grinning.
Okay. Yeah, cheesy.
Like cheesing.
Cheesing. Yeah.
Cheesing. Yeah.
All right.
I think. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a dairy product.
It is a wonderful one.
Yes. I remember I had a stromboli.
Ooh, oh, yes. At Craft House.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That had so much damn cheese in it. I thought I was going into a coma.
It was too much cheese.
It was too much cheese.
Oh my God. Like, because you felt like you were going to die of a heart attack. Is that what?
Well, that and like I felt like I was just slowly turning into cheese. Like there was so much cheese in there
that it was just becoming you.
Yeah. Imagine like, the fried cheese sticks, except it's like the size of my forearm.
That sounds wonderful.
It's huge. So much cheese. Way too much cheese.
It's
my God.
That's why they closed down.
Because somebody died from the stromboli.
And because they went bankrupt from like putting so much cheese in each stromboli.
It's just too much, man. It's too much. I can't do it.
Okay.
So those words again are cite, regular, inject, exit, and of course, cheese.
Cheens.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to be like these wonderful writers and submit your story to You Write, head on over to our subreddit at reddit.com/r/YouWritePod.
If you're unable to submit a story this week, that's fine. You can help out by reading and commenting. Help out on other people's stories.
Each time you post a story or leave a comment on someone else's no, I can't do it.
Yeah,
you increase your chances of having your story read on the podcast.
You can also reach us at youwritepod@gmail.com.
If you like our show and want to help support us, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/youwrite.
You right. If you are unable to donate, that's fine. You can help us by sharing the podcast with other writers and non-writers alike.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you know as soon as new episodes are available.
Also, be sure. Also,
that's bad.
Be sure to leave us a rating and review in your podcatcher of choice.
And remember, join us next week on You Write,
a podcast where you write.
Yeah. See y'all next week. It's like, and now for something completely different.
I'm the scat man.
I'm the scat man. All right. That's enough.